talk about something that I'm really interested in, I really find fascinating. Star signs. I think I'm going to start a whole series of each individual star signs. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this with all the star signs, what I'm going to do today, because I am going to do my birth chart, and I will leave a link in the description below or somewhere on the screen, let you guys know where you can go to do this. They have a lot of free websites. I just googled free astrological charts and went to the first one. Well, maybe the second one on the page, I think, that popped up, and I was like, okay, that's the one I'll go to. It fascinates me, and the reason why it's so fascinating for me right now is I am Aquarius. I am in my birth sign. I am a few days shy of my 27th birthday. I turned 27 on the 27th. Really don't like that because I don't like the number 7 for some strange reason. Even though if you take your month, the day you were born, the year you were born, add those numbers all together, that is your astrological number, supposedly. Mine is a 7. Yeah, and I just don't like the number 7. I can't. But that's another topic for another discussion. Right now, star signs, I am Aquarius, and the sun is in Aquarius, my sign. Also, on my birthday, there's a full moon. I was born on a Monday. Monday is named after the moon, so it's weird. It's a weird, strange events. I got the sun and the moon both in my... It's weird. So anyways, I'm on Astro, astro.cafeastrology.com. I went to their natal chart and my birth chart, and I'm going to read you what it says on my screen. So let me move you a scooch. See the poll? Yeah. Okay. The birth chart report shows the positions of the planets for me. The sun represents vitality, a sense of individuality, and outward shining creative energy. Sun in Aquarius. One of the standout characteristics of those born under the sun sign of Aquarius is their unwillingness to follow the beaten track. I don't. Which, with advancement and progress on their minds, there can be an interference to old and outdated ways of thinking and doing things. Many Aquarians aim to free themselves of personal and social conditioning. Although open to change in theory, Aquarians can be surprisingly stubborn. Their idealism runs strong, but they can be very fixed in their opinions. True. I concur with that first paragraph there. Often a bit aloof and even standoffish, Aquarians nonetheless are usually well liked. I'm sorry. Let's back there. They are curious and observant and tolerant in a broad sense. Prejudice and bias is offensive to the typical Aquarius. Aquarians are generally very clever, witty, and intellectual. They value progress and frankness. It's difficult to throw Aquarians for a loop. They generally are on top of things. There is a bit of reformer in Aquarius. They'll try to get you to see through superficiality and encourage you to be open and forthright. Be true to yourself and don't follow the crowd are mottos we easily associate with this sign. Aquarians need space and value personal freedom. Any attempt to box them in will likely fail. They heavily return the favor, and they will treat people from all walks of life as equals. Equality and fairness are hallmarks of the sign. If you're quirky and different, all the better. Short description: she is independent, autonomous, and has progressive ideas. Weakness: an unusual, rebellious, and revolutionary spirit. Yeah, that sounds like me, pretty much. I don't like people trying to tell me who I should be. My biggest annoyance, actually, is people that say, well, you need to do this. Well, you should do this. No. You do it this way. If I have an idea of how I want to do something, I just go for it. I like very little input. I'll take your input, but I may totally disregard what you say and do what I want to anyways. So that's very true, and I do believe in the whole be true to yourself. Don't be one of the crowd. There's a different. I follow my own drummer, and they may be off tune, but I like them. Okay, so Aquarius ascendant, Scorpio. This probably sounds bad for me. Sun in 3. You need activity and a change of scenery often, or you feel restless. You take pride in your mental agility and your friendships. You are able to adapt quite easily to whatever environment you're in. There is a strong need to communicate your knowledge to others and to learn. Your curiosity is endless. Take pride in your intellectual or communicative abilities without feeling the need to lord it over others or to always be in the know. You have a solid grasp of facts. You have a strong influence on your peers. I think I do have, but I do need change of scenery. Like, sitting in this room for, this is my comfort zone though, so it isn't like that bad, but when I want to get out of here and like do whatever I want to, I do. But what's really good thing is, if I'm reading something, or I'm listening to something, or I'm watching something, it takes me out of, and like, if I'm reading a book, I grasp it, and I visualize it, and it kind of takes me out of where I am. I can be in the same place over and over again, but if I'm doing something different, or I'm reading something different, it kind of takes me out of where I'm at, if that makes sense. 338 conjunction Sun Mercury. I don't know what this means. Because your ego and your mind are aligned, you possess much mental energy. You are always in a position to think about what you want, and in many ways, this is an interruption on the will. Interruption of the will? Yes, that's what it says. You're highly intelligent with a great drive to communicate with others. You invest a lot of pride in your intellectual capacities. You may not always listen as well as you speak, however. You might be too busy thinking about what to say next, but you are very curious, and although you enjoy expressing yourself, you usually don't dominate conversations completely. As far as studying or learning goes, you are better off reading the material than listening to a teacher. These traits come from a strong need to take an active role in communications. It is very hard for you to passively listen and absorb information. It is. Like, and most of the time it says, alright, where did it say? Like, I will be there in the know in the event of something and talking to someone, and then I zone out. I zone out and just continue to talk. Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to split this in a couple videos because I don't know how long I've talked now. Oh well. Your opinions are usually strong, and you are an independent thinker. You tend to be proud of your opinions and thoughts, and might easily get a bruised ego if you are not heard. If your opinions are pushed aside or ignored, or if your opinions are criticized, you are expressive and possibly a very animated speaker. You are also very witty, and others enjoy your playful and sometimes mischievous sense of humor. Yeah. I have a lot of issues of when I'm talking, I don't feel like I'm being heard. So that is very, very true. Like, I will speak and I'm like, is anyone even listening to me? Like, seriously? Is anybody even listening to me? 389 conjunction Sun Venus. Social relationships are extremely important to you. You are generally charming with an easygoing manner. It is generally quite important to you that you are personally popular, to come across in a pleasant way, and to be liked and appreciated. Sometimes vanity is a part of the package. Venus is a peacemaking, harmony-loving planet, and those with Sun conjunction Venus do their best to seek peace and harmony. You are diplomatic and a veritable expert at smoothing over and sometimes glossing over problems. You are open-handed with others, tolerant and accepting. When expressed negatively, you can be superficial and two-faced, and you can be very much tied up with appearances, your own and sometimes others. You might be too agreeable, too pleasant at the expense of honesty, downright lazy at times. You have a fine eye for style and enjoy pleasing surroundings. You generally dress well, enjoy a certain amount of luxury. You are gracious, romantic, and sometimes romantically impulsive. You tend to rely on the power of attraction to bring people to you rather than aggressively pursuing love interests. There is some vanity involved here. You are most attracted to people who express interest in you or who respond well to your charms. You're not the type of person who overly pursues people who appear to be indifferent to you. You are not competitive in the aggressive sense of the word, and you are not sometimes someone who loves a good chase. Instead, you work your charms and draw people to you. Your ability to attract others, Venus, is very much tied up with your ego, Sun. Because Venus rolls all things feminine, both sexes with this aspect tend to be quite attractive. And on that note, I'm cutting this one short, and I will see you in the next one and discuss that.